You're listening to the Griffon Sports Insider Podcast, giving you an in-depth look at Missouri Western athletics with interviews, features, game broadcasts, and more. Here's your host, Tommy Rezaj.
Welcome into a special episode of the Griffon Sports Insider Podcast as the week is here where we're getting ready for our homecoming weekend, the Pink Out weekend, and of course a big commemorative 3-day event honoring 50 years of women's athletics at Missouri Western State University. And, you know, there's at least a number of people you could point to that are true pioneers that had a huge hand in getting women's athletics off the ground back in the 1975-76 year. And perhaps none more instrumental than Coach Rhesa Sumrell, now a member of 7 different Halls of Fame, including our MoWest Athletics Hall of Fame, inducted in 1990. And just this past week, a member of the 2025 Missouri State Sports Hall of Fame. So Coach Sumrell joining us now on the episode. And Coach, wow, I mean, congratulations already, you know, so many great things that you've achieved in your career and yet another one to add. And I understand you'll be joining us here on campus this weekend for a landmark, a moment, a huge week for our campus. When you think 50 years of athletics at MoWest, what emotions does that kind of bring out of you when you think back at your time in the beginnings here?
It makes me feel really old because I was really young when I came up there and I was such a rookie. I no more knew anything about coaching the Man the Moon when I came up there. And if it hadn't been for people like Charlie Burry and Gary Filbert and Gary Hazelrig and Jerry Hughes, all those people helped me so much. And we got started. Is really what we got started. And it was a meager beginning, but I think we went on to great things pretty quickly, which was really nice.
Something that's kind of been brought to light this year, and we'll continue to kind of tell this story on Griffon Sports Insider, but Mary Nichols, Pee Wee Nichols, who's being enshrined into our Athletics Hall of Fame just this year. I had the pleasure of serving on this Women in Sports Committee with her, and she was the first one to tell us that Mary, was one of 4 MoWest female student athletes named in a 1974 Painter case, a lawsuit filed against Missouri Western to force the implementation of women's athletics, something that I don't think a lot of people had known about prior to right now. What's kind of your memory in all of that and in this whole thing getting off the ground?
Well, that's exactly how it got started. It took a Title IX lawsuit before anybody paid attention there. They got rejected by everybody in the administration at first. And, you know, they were just fighting it. And it wasn't like it was unique to Missouri Western. It was all over. It was all over. And the women came on very strong and very hard to get this all passed and give opportunities to women. And look where it's gone. My gosh, look at the WNBA. My goodness gracious, these ladies are really good athletes. And it's awesome the way it has opened up and developed. But it did start roughly, let's say that, roughly. And but I think Missouri Western kind of bought into it pretty quick. And when they saw that we were going to be successful, they were pretty happy about it. So that's kind of the way it developed. And Pee Wee was one of the instigators of that. And, you know, needs to be thanked for all that progress that was made at that time.
So leading up to the 75-76 school year, I know there had been, you know, like club sports going on for women's, nothing intercollegiate until 75-76. And so when we did get started, you're the head volleyball coach and you're the head women's basketball coach. And of course, yes, the late Charlie Burry, who we're honoring this year as well as part of this landmark, the first AD at MoWest. What was the conversations like with Charlie when they tapped you to be like, not only be the head coach of one sport, but 3 total sports in your time here?
That was pretty funny. I was delighted. I thought that was the greatest thing since sliced bread. Little did I know how much work that was really going to be. And I pretty soon realized I couldn't do it all. And I did the volleyball, basketball, and softball at first. And then Kayla took softball the second year, Kayla Schoonover, who is also on your committee. Right. And she took that the second year, she took softball. And then I came back to softball. I decided at that time we won a state championship in basketball, which was awesome. And it was so hard on me to do those three sports in a row. I just said, I got to do something different. And I chose not to take basketball, which was not M.O. Looney was not happy with that decision of mine, but that's the way I thought it would be best to break it up instead of going two in a row. So it just developed into me being the volleyball and softball coach, and that just carried on until I left.
Yeah, that started with volleyball, women's basketball in 1975. And yeah, following in Kayla Schoonover's shoes as head softball coach in 79 up until your final year in 1986. And of course, 1982 MoWest softball and NAIA national title, the only team national championship in Missouri Western history. So yeah, you mentioned, 86 and eventually, go on to have a great career down the road at Central Missouri. Having done all of that in your time, just a shade over a decade, and all the things you achieved, all the and 6 straight appearances in an NAIA national tournament in volleyball. What was it? 5 CSIC championships in volleyball, the softball championship, and of course the state title in women's basketball at the time was a huge deal when you won that in 1978. So given all that you had accomplished and all the work that was poured in, what was kind of the decision for you in 86 when you had the opportunity to move on? Just kind of walk me through what happened at that time.
Well, that was the biggest mistake of my life, leaving Western. I should never have done it. I got talked into going down to University of Missouri, and I just didn't fit there at all. And so then I thought that the athletes were really different at the Division I level than they were at Division II, or we were in NAIA, which was perfect for Western. And I just decided I got badgered into it, kind of. I didn't want to really do it. But yeah. I said, well, I guess if your opportunity comes, and Gary Filbert's responsible for that too. He's the one who recruited me down there because he was the assistant AD down there. And then I had a miserable experience sitting softball down there. And then I just had the opportunity to go to Central, and I thought that was a better fit.
Well, yeah, you are the winningest softball coach in Central Missouri history. 614 wins, 4 MIAA championships, and several regional coach of the year and MIAA coach of the year honors as well. Being joined here by Rhesa Sumrell. We talked about the growth of women's sports, not just at MoWest, not just at UCM, but in every level. I've been talking to some of our current female student athletes now and some of our coaches, and it's like even 5-10 years ago, the growth, the popularity across all levels. For you, obviously, you've you having been out of the industry now for a little bit, but still, participating and observing and everything else. What does it mean to you to see some of the younger generation get to reap the rewards of better media coverage, more attendance, more interest? I mean, obviously, social media technology has helped, but what can you speak of just the growth of women's sports these last 5 decades?
The growth has been magnificent. The training that young women get now at all levels is just fantastic. And that's really what has made it explode, is that they can develop into very good athletes, even if they're not. And, they can come in if they want to play, if they want to do it, if they want to work for it, they can do it. And it's been it's just been great to see how it has developed and how big it has gotten. It just really exploded. And that little Clark girl up there at Iowa kind of ignited everybody, didn't she? And then the softball got real big too. Especially the College World Series got real big. And it's just been a fantastic development that everybody gets to play, and it's great athletes. I mean, they're just great athletes, and that's so good to see.
Well, last thing for you, you're flying back in for this weekend. I guess I'm just curious, when was the last time you've been on our campus, and just how honored are you to be a part of this celebration? I think I read something like upwards of 150 alums are going to be here. So how much are you looking forward to getting back?
I am looking forward to it so much. I've been there a couple of times recently for Hall of Fames. They put a couple of the volleyball teams into the Hall of Fame. And so we finally, after 40 something years, they finally recognized some of those great players that played back in the 80s. And so I thought that I have been there, so it's not like I haven't been around that much, but I've been there more than I've wanted to lately. But this will be a lot of fun. We've got a young lady named Shirley Vaughn that's coming in from California, and that's amazing. I recruited her from Georgia when I first was up there. She came in for basketball, and I don't know if she played softball or not. She might have, but I don't know that for sure. But anyway, that people like that coming in it's just fantastic. It really is fantastic. I'm so excited to see them. It was when the volleyball teams went in, there were a lot of people that came to the Hall of Fame, and now I got to see people I hadn't seen in 50 years. So it's just a really great time, and I'm so excited that Western took it on to do the 50-year celebration. That is just great.
Yeah, this was kind of put on our radars probably about this time a year ago, and I can say that folks above me have definitely put in a lot of legwork in getting this going. And yeah, you're right. You mentioned 3 of your Griffon volleyball teams in the Hall of Fame: 79, 83, and 85. That 85 team, the most recent, of course, the 87 team, coached by Mary Nichols, also enshrined into the MoWest Athletics Hall of Fame just a couple of years ago. Well, Rhesa, you're still our winningest head volleyball coach in program history. 171 wins as a softball coach, 494 in volleyball, and a 51-25 record as the Griffon women's basketball coach. I haven't done all the math, but cumulatively, that's a pretty darn good career win percentage, and that's just at Missouri Western over the course of about 11 years. So what a neat experience this is for me, someone of the younger generation, to kind of learn about this and talk to folks like you. I talked to members of our 1975 Griffon football team this year too. So what a neat way to kind of dig into our beginnings of athletics a little over 50 years ago. And it is season 50 of women's sports here at MoWest. It's a year-long celebration, but this weekend is kind of the first signature event with 2 soccer matches, 2 volleyball matches, a cross-country meet, and a football game, and a softball scrimmage, all going on Friday through Sunday. So plenty for our fans and our great alums to choose from. Rhesa, thanks so much for taking the time. Safe travels getting up here. And yeah, just congratulations on all your success, the recent induction into the Missouri Sports Hall of Fame. And I think I speak for a lot of Griff Nation when I say we look forward to seeing you up here.
Okay, I want to thank you so much, and I want to thank Missouri Western for the opportunity that I got as a young person to start a career that has been very successful, and I've enjoyed it so much. Thank you so much for talking to me. I appreciate it. See you soon.